So this was supposed to be about EA and their interesting situation that developed. But then something I feel that is even more crass happened. And it's for a game which actually is probably pretty average, but certainly had a fan base. And that game is Marvel Heroes. It went through various iterations. The latest one, earlier this year, was Marvel Heroes Omega. It's been out for, I think, like 3 or 4 years on PC. It only came out to consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, that is, back in March. And it was doing pretty well. And then comes November the 15th, when Disney announces that the game is being shut down. From what I've heard through various bits, I know at least earlier on Monday the 27th of November, Greg Miller on his Kind of Funny Games Daily show had Anthony Gallegos on, who was one of the guys working on the thing, talking about some of this stuff, and basically they lost some contract to be able to do stuff, or the deal between Gazillion and Disney fell through then, and that was about mid-October. And of course, ever since then, they weren't able to communicate anything. All the community pages and, you know, forums, as well as the Twitter and the Facebook and the Reddit, all went silent. No tweets, no nothing, anything about it. So at that time, people were sort of concerned. And Disney put out a statement on the 15th saying, you know, we regret to inform our Marvel Hero fans that we've ended our relationship with Gazillion and that the game will be shut down. We'd like to thank the players who joined the community and will provide any further updates as they become available. Yeah, apparently some of the staff members were basically told not to even code to the Gazillion offices, and that they've already had at least 3 rounds of layoffs, even within the year of the actual first game coming out like years ago. And that the bloody creative director, Jeff Donnay, that left a couple of years back, said that the layoffs would not be the fault of the people, the internal people that actually worked on the game itself or served the customers. He continued, quote, "It's a real thing that people didn't see their families as much as they should, or sacrifice their health to work an 80-hour week when an important patch deadline was looming. The patch release schedule, especially when PC was the main focus, was aggressively insane." So then roll on to... So basically when that happened, they announced, okay, you know, the game is going, it's going to be shutting down at the end of the year, 31st of December. And then it got interesting last week, because right on the verge of Thanksgiving, so the 23rd, so we're talking last Wednesday, well, it was published on the 23rd, but the news came out through the 22nd, I believe. So on Wednesday, the staff that were at Gazillion started tweeting out that, yeah, they all got fired. Or let go, whatever you want to call it, right before Thanksgiving. And then, despite the fact there had been no public communication about this, these devs were also saying, oh, by the way, this game, it's getting shut down Friday. Despite the fact the website still said December. Supposedly, one of the termination letters written by Gazillion CEO Dave Dorman to, I guess, the employees that were let go, which was obtained by massivelyop.com. In this letter, it says that banking creditors have effectively pulled the plug on the company, leading to the termination of almost every employee at the studio and the apparent renege of benefits, including accrued PTO, which is accrued paid time off. So whether that's sick pay, whether that's health insurance, whether that's actual sort of holiday time that you were booked in because you have paid holidays, gone. So all of a sudden, money, gone. Nothing. You know, yeah, somebody, I don't know who this individual is, I should probably check. Oh, it just says game developer, so it doesn't specify. Andrew Hare tweeted out, I know a lot of people are upset and wanting refunds for their purchase in Marvel Heroes. We'll get to that in a minute. Please keep in mind the devs weren't paid out their paid time off, no severance pay, and the medical insurance is ending basically in a day or two when you're seeing this video, basically by the end of November. And one of the game designers was sort of teasing all the stuff that they were working on but is never going to happen. Like 90s X-Men costumes, so basically costumes that look like the animated series. Loki, a female version of Loki, you know, enhancements for Black Panther to obviously tie into the film. Even a playable Thanos because of Infinity War and everything. All gone. Because whoever is investing in this company, because clearly it wasn't, Disney basically got Gazillion to make it. It's not really Disney's fault. It's Gazillion's for being in such financial shit that, and I don't mean the actual workers of Gazillion, I mean the higher-ups, the investors, all them. You know, leading to this. So much so that basically Marvel Heroes Twitter account suddenly activated once again on Monday, saying that the company is closing and as a result the game will, quote, be sunset immediately on all platforms. And as of 6 PM UK time on Monday the 27th, the game is dead across everything. To me, that is really just, you know, in all honesty, it's Gazillion being, it's Gazillion's high honchos being total dicks and total idiots. You know, I feel sorry for the people that have been working to produce this content. Because it's a game which, okay, it hasn't got a lot of, didn't have a lot of good reception to it. But for the fan base that was interested in it, clearly was. In terms of the refund stuff, this is an interesting situation. With the PC stuff, there isn't anything, because, of course, from what I remember, Marvel Heroes might have been through Steam, but because it's sort of directly Gazillion, nothing's happening with that. Sony seem to be doing refunds if people bought anything in the last 90 days. Microsoft, in a weird sort of way, is being relatively incredible in that they seem to be offering complete refunds for everything because of the situation. Because keep in mind, the game came out in March. It's not even been out a year, and the game's been shuttered on them with basically 2 weeks' notice. 2 weeks official notice. Because, as I say, the actual tweet about the announcement of it shutting was 15th, which, as I'm recording, it's 27th. So, you know, not even 2 weeks' notice that whatever it is that has gone. So props to Sony and Microsoft for doing it. More so Microsoft for the fact that they seem to be just allowing all of it. Or allowing all reductions and everything. But I mean, it's a shameful situation to me. You know, when EA shuts down Visceral, you know, again, that's EA's mismanagement of Visceral, you know, making them do Battlefield Hardline, which is not their sort of repertoire. And, you know, arguably forcing microtransactions into Dead Space 3, making it not as amiable as it could possibly be, in my humble opinion. So, but with that, it was sort of a case of they want to use the assets elsewhere. This isn't a company that is in loads of debt because they're having to basically go into bankruptcy, like Gazillion has. And then I'm pretty sure EA, for those Visceral employees that were let go, I'm pretty sure they might have actually paid them paid time off and severance and whatever. It's one of the little nitpicks of the law system. If you declare bankruptcy, the people that get all the money first from the company are the creditors, not the actual employees. So, screw you, head honchos at Gazillion and investors. I wish everybody the best of luck in their future endeavours in terms of the employees that got laid off. And I guess that's all I've got to say on the matter for that one. Yeah, sort of passionate about it. So now, this EA thing, shall we get to it? Maybe next time. This looks so stupid, doesn't it?